My lovely dear Sagittarius, this is your horoscope for May 2024. And let me tell you amazing news. Jupiter, your ruler, the most amazing planet, the angel of the universe, the happiest planet of the universe, planet of happiness and luck and prosperity and expansion. Jupiter is moving into your house of marriage on 26th of May. From 26th of May onwards, you will be the luckiest, the one who will get married or find the only one, true love. And from 26th of May until next year, June 2025, that's how long Jupiter will transit your house of marriage, my dear Sagittarius. Those of you who've been lonely ever since, this will be your year, a lucky year, a star year, to find the one and only. And even to get married if you're in a relationship, maybe you've been already planning actually, and you will propose or you will receive proposals during the next year. And you will, upgrade your relationship to the next level. Maybe you will move in, or even, will get a baby. That's also possible. Now, Jupiter, transiting your seventh house is such an amazing and lucky place for you guys. You will be the one of the universe to get lucky in love, and Cupid will be sending all his arrows, love arrows, into you guys. Amazing, isn't it? Now, Jupiter transits a sign for a year, and this is a big aspect happening this year. Transit is happening, this month. So in May, Jupiter changing signs. This is very big in astrology, and for you guys, it's extremely lucky. And seventh house also rules business partnerships. Now, those of you who are happily married and, more busy with their business, let's say, situation, then this will be amazing time to partner up with someone and open a business or to enter a business relationship. Seventh house is all other people house, like first house is me and I, and seventh house is exactly the opposite house, meaning all other people. Now, seventh house is the partnerships house, signing contract, contractual, house. So either in business or love, you're going to sign contracts, my dear Sagittarius. This will be your year to start new business or to find and expand your current business by finding new, business partners. This could be also happening. In general, in May, your love house is activated by the end of the May because Jupiter enters your marriage house on 26th of May. Now, let's begin step by step from the beginning of May. What is going on in your chart? Now, 2nd of May, Pluto, planet of transformation. It's a bit of a big karmic planet. Is going retrograde until 12th of October. So for half a year, Pluto will be moving backwards. Simply speaking, it will be, its influence will be a bit delayed. Its influence will be with much postponements, and it will not stop to influence our lives. It will be just in retrograde motion, backwards motion, meaning its messages we will get like a bit of later, let's say. Now, during that retrograde, Pluto, will retrograde in your house of communication. And it's actually new to this house, and it will stay for the next 20 years to transform your communication house. But during that retrograde, it will dip back into your house of money for the last time in our lifetime. And then you will release your, breath and you will say, bye-bye, Pluto, never ever in my second house. Now, second house, rules your earning abilities, money that you earn. So for the last 15 years, Pluto was transforming that house, and it will dip back when it will move backwards, for the last time for just a month around September until October. So after that, when Pluto moves direct after 12th of October, it will go back into your third house to stay there for 20 years and never go back into your house of earning income, income house. Now, during that retrograde, you might be kind of introspective mood, you might be meeting people from your past because it's happening in your house of communication. Maybe some people from your from your past going to be contacting you. And also third house is also about siblings, relatives, and neighbors. This kind of people, this is our immediate surrounding, and those people, you will have a lot to do with those people. Maybe some business, all the business to close or to revive. So Pluto will give all the hints and some sort of actions around your siblings and neighbors, all these people. For some of you guys, third house will be about transportation, like car or driving license. You might go back to, study for a driving license or renew your driving license. Or it might be you will sell your car, or maybe you will go back to your previous car. You will start driving again. or somehow your transportation kind of moving mode will change. You might start using for 6 months, let's say you're traveling somewhere and then you have to use public transport, and your travel will take place like all these 6 months, let's say, or you've changed your surrounding and something in this transportation mode is changing. So it will just be temporarily, but still, you will feel the effects of this Pluto, because Pluto is the karmic planet. It's pretty heavy one. Third house is also short distance travel house, and Pluto here, it seems like you will be quite a lot traveling back and forth between the same places. I mean, the places that you know well, and most probably from your past also. So you might be taking it's a short distance travels, it's not far, so you might be back and forth traveling a lot around this time. And third house is also a house of skills, learning new skills, and it seems like you might take up some courses that you've done before, like, I don't know, maybe let's say you start learning coding and you stop it, somehow paused it or dropped it, and now you will go back and take it up again. Or you might learn totally new kind of skills, but then you will go back, let's say, to the same university to do so, or to the same kind of course providers. It seems like you will go somewhere to take some courses where you've already been studying or you've been already trained before. Moving forward, on 8th of May, we have new moon in your house of work. Now, that is an amazing place to host new moon, my dear Sagittarius. New moons are, from the word new, right? Some new story, new job, new position, new title is coming your way because it's happening in your house of work at 18 degrees. Now, those of you who are born around 10th of December, plus or minus 5 days, will be the affected the most, This new moon will be supported by Saturn, planet of discipline, planet of hard work, and planet of time and age, from your house of home, from your house of family. And new moon, Saturn naturally rules your second house of money. Now here it seems like pretty much indication that you will get a new job offer maybe, or you will receive some sort of a new position offer, some sort of restructure at the place where you work. And it seems like you will stay there for a long time. You might stay there for a long time because Saturn is the planet of, time. It will make you to make that solid decision and stay there, actually. And it seems like also it will involve moving somewhere, like immigrating somewhere, relocating somewhere, because it will come with the relocation package, because Saturn is currently transiting your 4th house. 4th house also rules this relocation, immigration things, and it seems like that job offer that you're going to receive will involve relocation to some other place, some other country, city, continent even. So and it will involve money. Money will come for you through that job, and very good money, it seems like. So whatever job it will be, I advise you to take that job, because you will be in your area and traveling and working. As a Sagittarius sun, you need to travel, my dear Sagittarius. That's how you feel alive, most alive, like feel the, let's say, life in the most immediate way. Now, also 6th house is the house of health. For those of you who are perfectly fine with their job or work and if you say nothing happening there, it might be around your health, because 6th house also rules our health, like day-to-day routine, regime, schedule and sport, all these things. So you might be changing somehow your eating habit. Maybe you will start going on diet, or you will kind of have new program of eating something like supplements, food supplements or vitamins, or anything new. You might go totally, let's say, vegetarian or vegan. Something will change here and will start in your life, around your health. Or also, let's say, because you moved somewhere or immigrated somewhere to some other country, to some other city or continent, you will have to actually, start eating something new, like maybe the fruits that you've never known, never seen, or vegetables or dishes. You will kind of start different. Maybe you will, feel yourself in different cuisine kind of preferences, and you will find yourself that you will have to change your eating habits, and in general, whatever will be selling there in the shops around you will be totally different than right before this beginning of May, my dear Sag. Now, also, it's about sport. You might decide to go totally sporty, healthy. You might start going to gym again, or you might hire someone to train you or you might start doing Pilates, yoga, all these things. Everything related to sport might come back to you. And as I said, sixth house is a house of everyday life routine, what we do daily. So here something is changing. Like new moon is, as I said, something new. So your routine is changing. If you've been before, beginning of May doing something daily, and now you will have to incorporate something else into your life. For example, let's say you've got a new job and now your kind of working hours and home hours will switch, or your schedule will switch. Maybe you will go to night shifts, or vice versa. Actually, most likely it's vice versa. If you've been working night shifts, then it will now become, let's say, normal day shifts. Or it might be that you've got a baby and now you have to, kind of change your schedule and everyday life. Or vice versa, your baby is now going to kindergarten and you've went back to your work, and all your kind of life schedule is changing now. So you will have to a bit there accommodate, let's say, all your things going on around. Now, in general, sixth house is also a house of obligations, taking responsibilities, like pets, for example, also here. There might be some sort of new responsibility for you, new obligation, or simply taking, a cat or a dog into your house. Something like that, having a pet, new pet, or new obligation in terms of work, more kind of. And here, by the way, those of you who will get actually a job position, just for your knowledge, that job position will come with a lot of responsibilities, I guess, because Saturn is the planet of responsibilities and hard work, and that job will involve kind of those kind of things, but still the payment will be amazing. So anyhow, I would advise you to take up that job, my dear Sag. Now, I guess in general, it's I hope I'm clear that new moons in the sixth house, it's like something surrounding your work or health or taking responsibilities, also eating habits, schedule, all these things comes, with this new moon to the light, and something is there changing, something new is adding up. Now, moving forward, Mercury will also fire up your sixth house, house of work on 15th of May. Mercury is now full force direct and coming into your sixth house. It's pretty much indication that you will have a lot of communication around this, maybe new job, or with your colleagues, new colleagues, old colleagues, or maybe communication about new position within your corporation or company, or about new title, kind of, or completely new job offer. You will have a lot of email back and forth and communication here, because Mercury is firing your sixth house, and Mercury is direct, unlike it was in April. And, when it is in the sixth house, you will have also a lot of papers to sign. And here I would like to say, sign those papers, and all the planets are direct for now. And it's an amazing time actually to do that. And sixth house is, also in general house of those who work for us, like our assistants, nannies, cleaning ladies, I don't know, those people who help us to do some things, some parts in our day-to-day life. So it might be you will be a lot in the communication around that, or maybe you will be hiring actually new people into your help, like a nanny to your kid, or cleaning lady, or driver, new driver, for those of you who are like accustomed to this kind of life. So it might be this new moon will bring new stuff into your house, or your assistant. If you are a big CEO, then it might be you will get a new assistant, let's say a secretary or deputy, some sort of change at your work. By the second half of the May, all your attention will go into your love house, my dear Sag. But before that, let me briefly mention about Sun joining forces with Uranus and Jupiter, planet of luck and happiness, and Uranus, planet of surprises, in your house of work during 13th of May until 20th of May. So that week, those days will be the luckiest for you, my dear Sag. So mark those days, 13th of May and 20th of May. Between these 2 dates, you will have amazing luck, because Sun will light up this union of Jupiter and Uranus. Those three are like benefic planets. They are like angels of the universe, and they are uniting forces in your house of work. It seems like, as I told you all about this new moon, topics, all those topics will be lit up for you around those dates, because, and some things might be even surprising, because there is a planet of surprises there, joining forces. So it seems like some things might come as a surprise, and it will be a pleasant surprise, my dear Sag. So mark those days and initiate anything related to your work and health exactly around this date. And if you have, let's say, planned or unplanned even surgery, try to make and appoint those surgeries exactly around those days, between 13th and 20th of May. That will be amazing. Now, coming back to your second half of May, lit up with Love House, Sun and Venus will move into your seventh house of marriage. Sun will move into your seventh house on 20th of May and Venus on 23rd of May. And Jupiter, as I said, this is biggest transition of the year, 2024, when Jupiter changes the sign on 26th of May. So each 3 days apart will, lit up your house of marriage. And it seems like you will be quite preoccupied with your love life by the second half of May, my dear Sag. Some of you might get even like a proposal or propose to your steady sweetheart if you have a, long-term boyfriend or girlfriend, you're dating long-term, because seventh house is about long-term relationships, my dear Sag. It's not about those we just recently start dating. It's not about those. It's about that relationship that is lasting, already long, and it is, let's say, asking for logical conclusion and logical upgrade, let's say. Or maybe you're gonna move in around around like second half of May. You might decide to move in with your girlfriend or boyfriend, like take for the next level your relationship, or even propose, or even get married, my dear Sag. It's very highly possible because Jupiter is finally coming into your seventh house, making it, picture perfect couple out of you and your sweetheart. And if you're already married, then your marriage life will blossom for the whole next year until June 2025, because Jupiter will make it amazing and expand it, giving you maybe a baby, as an addition, as an, let's say, logical conclusion to your love, to your marriage, my dear Sag. For those of you who have been, let's say, trying and wishing for a baby, this will be your year, my dear Sagittarius. So have faith, and Jupiter will bring that to you. Whatever you wish for with your steady sweetheart, wife or husband. Also, seventh house, as I said, it's a business partnership house, because marriage is also partnership, right? We sign papers when we marry, exactly the same way, because seventh house is a contractual agreement house. Business partnerships are here too, and because we sign papers with our business partners. Now here, if you've been trying to expand your business, for those of you who has business, let's say, and they say, oh, it's not about love, everything is fine, I'm not like even preoccupied with love, then it might be about your business, my dear Sag. For those of you who are in business, who has business, let's say they own their own, shop or store or online business, it doesn't matter which type, it's just that you own business. So it seems like, and you've been trying to expand it, then Jupiter, Sun and Venus, those three angels of the universe, will come and bring exactly the right person for you to be your business partner, to expand your business and to inject more money into your business for that. Maybe you're going to open a second store or a second website or a second channel or anything could be, Jupiter, whatever it touches, it's expanding, making it bigger. So here's the time for you to finally rule the world, my dear Sag. Also, or it might be if you work like in the big corporations, because seventh house is those big corporations, companies where you work corporate life. If you have, then it seems like here also some sort of advancements are going on. You might make some good relationships with your colleagues or with someone at a higher level. So at the later date, you will make good agreements and even promotions around this big corporation, in these companies. And if you've been wishing to get a job also in kind of a big corporations and companies, I don't know, then this will be actually the time around end of May that you will get into this corporate life, my dear Sag. I would also like to mention that seventh house is also house of, because it's a house of marriage, it's also a house of divorce, because of we sign papers as well here. And even if you're getting divorced, it seems like Jupiter will be right on time to save your, let's say, mental state. It seems like it will be more, let's say, amicable way of divorce. It seems like it's also logical conclusion for your marriage happening there. It might be for, those of you who are divorcing, it seems like you will be even happy with this divorce. And if you are settling, let's say, property division after divorce, then it seems like you will be quite lucky in that division and you will be quite happy with the outcome of that divorce. in any case, Jupiter will brings usually, this kind of a feeling of happiness and a feeling of ease and a feeling of right decisioning. You will feel that you made the right decision and you will feel really happy. And if you are not married, most probably you will be getting ready for that for the whole next year. Many of you guys will get married until next June 2025, my dear Sag. And May will finish up with a full moon on 23rd of May in your first house, in your sign, my dear Sag. That full moon will be very important for you at 2 degrees of your sign, meaning those of you who are born on 24th of November, plus or minus 5 days, will be affected the most. So all of us, all of you guys will feel it for sure. But 24th of November and plus or minus 5 days around this date, those Sag who are born around this date will be, feeling the full moon's message the most. They will be scrutinized under this full moon. And full moon is, they're about usually about some conclusions. They bring some sort of last kind of resort, like let's say to the situation that's been already there, usually that has been already developing, and now full moon brings exactly the solution. Or full moon also operates as a big light. They are putting attention, bringing into your attention a situation or information that you've been not noticing or ignoring. So they will put big attention on that thing so that you finally notice it. And that full moon appearing in your first house, it's always so important, and full moon will be supported by Pluto, planet of transformation, from your house of communication. And it seems like it might be related to your siblings if you have them, like brothers, sisters, or neighbors, and also your relatives. It seems like they will play a huge part in your life around 23rd of May. And first house is usually, it's about me and I, what we are at the core, who we are at the core. And it's about our appearance. You might be changing your appearance, or you might decide let's say, change your body weight. You might wake up and say to yourself that, no, I would like to lose weight or gain weight or change some hairstyle, around this date. Or actually your sister or sibling, like a brother, might give this kind of advice, or your neighbors might say something, or your relatives, like usually immediate surrounding, because Pluto is right now transiting your third house, and third house is the place where we talk daily with some people. So this might be coming as an advice from someone to change something in your style or in your appearance, or it might be simply your own thoughts, because third house is the house of thoughts. It might be your own conclusions coming to this kind of state. First house is also house of our wishes, our priorities, our plans. It's a me house, everything related to me, my dear Sag. Now, for some of you, it might be, some plans are coming to an end. You've been planning something, let's say, until this date, something very huge for your life, but now you're completely changing it, or your priorities is shifting. You might prioritize your health now, or you might prioritize your kids or your work. But before, you've been, let's say, at home and family kind of person. Something is shifting, because full moon happening in your first house is usually all about that, and it might be also about your name, because first house, how people call us. Maybe you're going to change your name or surname, and this full moon will bring that change. It might be you will go back to your surname, let's say, for those who are divorcing, or just you changing your name because you don't like it, or for any other reason. You might be changing your name or surname, or even nickname, how people start calling you. It might be like that you moved somewhere and there people call you by first name, but back at home people usually call you by your nickname. So it's all about like me thing related to you, my dear Sag. It seems like you might be changing something there. And coming to appearance, it might be also some sort of, let's say, plastic surgeries here too might be taking place. And because Pluto naturally rules your 12th house, and 12th house is house of health and surgeries and operations, it seems like you might be changing something also surgically in your appearance. So anyhow, whatever you will be doing, this full moon is kind of a positive, so no worries about that. Everything gonna go well. Really do not worry about that. Also, Pluto is giving support to this full moon from your house of driving and transportation. It seems like it might be related to transport of yours. Maybe you will sell your car around this time, or maybe you will totally drop your, let's say, transportation mode and change it to like start by walk, or I don't know, by public transport. It's kind of a thing here about transportation, with this Pluto sitting in your house of transportation. Now, whatever will be, it is, with this full moon, do not worry, because this full moon is a bit of mixed, but still Pluto is greatly supporting, and Pluto is the planet of transformation and karma. Better to support it than not support it. So in this case, it will give a huge support to this full moon. This was your horoscope for May, my dear Sag. Don't forget to check your rising sign and moon sign, ascendant too, to get the full picture of the month. I love you all. Stay tuned for June. Bye bye.